guys. In this video we are going to be working on the March test for 2025, and we will start with question 1. And without wasting any time, let's jump straight to question 1.1. Question 1.1 reads as follows: a summarized statement of financial performance for Endumeni local municipality for the year ending 30 June 2022 is in Annexure A. Use Annexure A to answer the following questions. So we will start with 1.1.1. And 1.1.1 reads as follows: how much does this municipality make from licenses and permits? And if we check from our statement of financial performance, we will notice that licenses and permits are part of our revenue from exchange transactions. So if we go to revenue from exchange transactions portion, you will see that licenses and permits was 2,195,959. So it's part of our income, or it is part of the municipality's income. So now let's move to the second question, which is question 1.1.2. Question 1.1.2 says that calculate the value of A, which is revenue from non-exchange transactions. So we are looking for the value of A. And to get the value of A, we know that total revenue, so this is the formula that we can use to get the value of A. Total revenue is equals to revenue from, so it's revenue from exchange transactions plus revenue from non-exchange transactions, which is A. So A is equals to revenue from non-exchange transactions. So instead of writing revenue from non-exchange transactions, we can just write A. So now let's go ahead and replace using the values that are given on our statement of financial performance. So we know that total revenue, so we'll start with total revenue, and we know that total revenue is 356,014,352 equals to revenue from exchange transactions, which is 163,255,233 plus our A. So to get A, we can just take revenue from exchange transactions to the other side, so that we can be left with A on this side. So if we do that, so our A will be equals to 356,014,352. So if we take this to the other side, it will change its sign. So it's positive now, meaning that if we take it to the other side, it will be negative. So it will be minus 163,255,233. So now let's plug that on our calculator, and then we will be able to get the value of A. So let's quickly do that. So it's 356,014,352 352 minus 163,255,233, and the value of A is equals to 192,759,119. So now let's move to question 1.1.3. 1.1.3. It reads as follows. Write down the revenue from interest and external investments amount in words. So this is very simple. We go to the interest and external investments and we take that amount and write it in words. So the amount is 811,958. So this is 811,000 and 11,958. 958. Then we are done. We got our 2 marks. So now let's move forward to question 1.1.4. So the question reads as follows. Round off the amount spent on remuneration for councillors to the nearest 100,000. Write your final answer using the word million. So now we are going to question 1.1.4. So what we need to do is to go to our expenses on our statement of financial performance, and then we will see remuneration for councillors. Remuneration for councillors. And how much is it? It is 484,263. So remember that we are told to round this to the nearest 100,000. So to do that, we take our amount, which is 4,484,263. So because we are rounding to the nearest 100,000, this is the number that has to change. So if this number is greater than 5, equals to or greater than 5, then it will change. But if it is less than 5, it will remain the same. And this change is influenced by this number, which is 8. So if this number that is here is greater than or equals to 5, it will cause this number to change. And if it is less than 5, this 4 will remain constant. So if we check here, we can see that this number here, which is 8, is equals to or is greater than 5. Hence, it will make this 4 to change, meaning that it will be 4,500,000. Remember, we are rounding off, meaning that everything that comes after the 5 will be zeros. So because we are asked to write this number in millions, so we can just say 4.5 million. So now let's move to question 1.1.5, guys. So the question says, define the term expenses in this context. So in this context, the term expenses, we can just define it in simple terms. It is money spent by the municipality. It is money spent by the municipality. So now we are done with question 1.1.5. So let's move to question 1.1.6. So maybe we can just create space before moving. And we do have extra classes that starts from 80 rands per month, and this is the number there on the video. If you're interested, you can text that number and then you can join. Our classes are online and you attend 2 times every week for 2 hours. So now let's continue from 1.1.6. So the question reads as follows. On what does the Endumeni municipality spend the highest amount of money on? So remember, we said that expenses is what? Is money that is spent by the municipality. So on this question, we are asked, on what does the municipality spend the highest amount on? So we go to our statement of financial performance and check on expenses. So if we go on expenses, you will notice that the municipality spends the highest amount of money on bulk purchases electricity, which is 145,803,039 rands. So now let's move to question 1.1.7. So the question says that determine the value of B, which is the surplus or deficit for the period. And we are given the formula to do that. So the formula is surplus or deficit is equals to total revenue minus total expenses. Total expenses. So if we take our total revenue of 3, if you check on the statement of financial performance table, you will see our total revenue, and it is 356,014,352 minus our total expenses, which is 347,225,997. So let's take those two amounts and subtract them on our calculator, and if we do that, we will get still calculating. So it's 356,014,352 minus 347,225,997, and we will get 8,788,355. That's our answer for 1.1.7. Now let's move to 1.1.8. 1.1.8 says that, so this is our B. The question says that determine the value of B. So this is our B. So 1.1.8 says that, is the value of B calculated above a surplus or a deficit? It is a surplus because it is positive. Because it is positive. And if it was if this value was negative, then it would have been a deficit. So now let's move to question 1.1.9. I believe this is the final question, 1.1.9. So the question says that, what percentage of expenses is spent on operating expenses? Round off your answer to the nearest one decimal place. So we are given a formula, which is operating costs. So remember that operational expenses are day-to-day expenses, the ones that keeps a business or the municipality in this instance running. So there's operating costs, operational cost divided by total expenses multiplied by 100. So operational costs is 6,718,683 divided by total expenses, which is 347,225,997 multiplied by 100. So now let's go ahead and plug this on our calculator. So we have 6,718,683 divided by 347,225,997 multiplied by 100. And remember, we are told to round off our answer to one decimal places. So our final answer will be 1.9%. Now we are done. We can then move to the next question. These questions are easy, guys. Please make sure that you watch until the end so that you can have a full understanding and also be fully prepared for the March test that is coming. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's move to the next question.